You're welcome back to Sunday Breakfast right here on ChannelOne TV. The men were singing just before we came back on air.
Semenyo, Semenyo. Semenyo, Semenyo. Semenyo, Semenyo.
So Gabby is here with us.
Oh, yeah, beshe. Oh,
Charlie.
Oh, bro.
It's a good time to be a Ghanaian.
I can imagine.
You guys are certainly very proud of Semenyo.
I think we should take this part of the video and send it to him.
Yeah. Yesterday I tweeted something.
Then do it properly.
I was like, see, I now understand why people say a lot of Ghanaians became Chelsea fans.
Because of Michael
Yesterday, I was watching the game and I wanted Semenyo to score.
Yeah.
And I hate City
now
with the passion.
you get a lot of Ghanaians forcefully now being City fans because of him.
Just because of him?
Yeah, because everybody would want him to succeed. And I said this on Eko hosted us on the Traffic Haven. He asked me about the move. I've heard people say that he walks into that City team and then he wouldn't get game time. He would struggle. Pep will change his style of play. Look, all of that doesn't hold. Yeah, look, when you look at City signings in the last couple of years, it shows that Pep is gradually moving away from his style of play. All right? More players that used to fit a polished Johan Cruyff system. Now he's actually been very direct. And that's one of the reasons why he's brought in the Ghanaian chap. A player who is just one goal shy of meeting what he did last season in 11 goals with Bournemouth. Pep would want him. He wants players who are more direct. And then if you look at what City are doing this season, the over-reliance on Haaland is beginning to have a toll on the team. So they need somebody who will carry that goal burden slightly off Haaland and then help. And Semenyo gives you that. Yesterday, I realized that he played him on the left. I think that in the PL proper, I think he'll go with Doku and Semenyo. And so Semenyo probably will play on the right. But if you look at Semenyo's heat map for Bournemouth in the last 2 seasons, he's operated more on the left. And a lot of the damage he's done is on the left. And so I want to see how he functions on the right. I'm not saying he's going to struggle because he's a player who actually functions up front. Because of his qualities to use, ability to use both feet, he's ambipedal. So yeah, I think he's not going to struggle. I think he would function in there. And look, he would have a great season. Semenyo would have a great season. That's what I've always held on to. So I was very excited to see him start on a very good note. Goal, assist, man of the match. You don't do that on your first day. You don't do that. And this guy has actually gone through the English football pyramid. When I say so, at age 14, he actually got rejected by Arsenal and Spurs. He had to go through all these lower run clubs, Millwall, Sunderland, Bayport City.
Started off at Bath.
Bristol City. That's when Bristol realized the potential or the quality of the player they've got. And then they gave him some stability. Then Bournemouth came for him. He did about 2.5 seasons, and now he's here. So I think everything has aligned for him well. He scored on his birthday, his last game for Bournemouth. He leaves Bournemouth, goes to City, and then he scores on his debut. He assists, and then he gets the man of the match. If it not be God's blessing, then it be what? It be God's blessing.
I know he got
baptized though.
Yeah, he speaks about his faith.
He got baptized before his pastor goes to watch the games with him at the stadium.
Yes, and he got married as well.
What was it?
He got married.
Yeah, he got married too. Oh, JP was there. He was at there. And he had taken pictures and all of that. Yeah. Support system.
Yeah, the support is great.
So he walks to the City first 11 for sure.
Yeah.
Because like people say, players like Mamouche, there are players like
Phil Foden,
Reinders, so
Sheki.
Even though some more central, right? So I'm talking about the wingers, and we know how a talent like Jack Grealish, struggled, for example, to make impact at City. So I think it's legitimate fear that maybe he might be underutilized. Even though his qualities are quite obvious for everyone to see.
Look, when I started talking, I said that in the past, Pep would normally fancy those intricate players. But in the last couple of seasons, he's actually fancied the less intricate players, and Semenyo is one. If you look at City's attacking options, when you take out Haaland and you take out Doku, now in the 10, I think that's where the competition is. So Mamouche, Tiani Reinders. Phil Foden is now playing more centrally. And then Bernardo Silva, because he's Asian. Now on the right, he's got Savinho and Oscar Bob. With these two players not living up to what everybody thought they would be, especially with Savinho. And that's why he's brought in Semenyo. I think that up until Doku gets injured, and I'm not saying that he should go and he should get injured or something, but he takes that left spot. I think that right spot will be for Semenyo. Semenyo will start in the PL. You can talk about the fact that Pep will normally try and shuffle the team. I think we've seen it with Mamouche. Even with Mamouche, up until he got injured, he was starting games for City. At a point, Pep was playing him as a false 9 because Haaland wasn't available. When Haaland came back, he was now playing as a 10 in some of the games. There are sometimes he plays him on the right. So I think Semenyo would occupy that right side because Savinho hasn't performed. Oscar Bob is not giving Pep what he wants. And then I saw this stat about the fact that City has scored a lot of more goals this season from counter-attacking plays. And that's what Semenyo gives you. The speed. He's very direct. So he wouldn't fancy those players who now waste time on the ball. And that's what Jack Grealish was doing. Jack Grealish is actually the opposite
of Semenyo.
Even with Doku, you would even say that he's slightly the opposite of Semenyo because Doku does everything right, not in the final third. He gets to the final third, and then he's slightly
end product.
Yes. That's why he has a lot of assists more than goals. But Semenyo brother has more goals than assists. This season he has 3 assists for Bournemouth, but he has 10 goals. Because in the box he has power and he's got immense strength. I think even in the last 2 seasons, he's actually been the best 1v1 players. Take it or leave it. It's arguable though, but the stats are backing it. That's why I made mention about the heat map he's got. Because he wouldn't do the Lego verse, the drag the ball to the byline and waste time. He's very direct. He's coming at you.
Right.
And you give him the space.
And
He attacks the space.
Good dribble skills too.
Yes. Look at the goal he scored. It was just a 1-2.
Against Spurs?
No, against Exeter City,
Okay.
the one they played. He just, Sheki just lays off the pass. He sees the space. He attacks it. He's not going to do the leg over. He sees the space. He's going, and then he just plants the ball at the back of the net.
What does such a good game like that mean, or for players' confidence? What does it do for them?
I think it takes your confidence very high because it's only a few players that would score and assist on their debut. And I think it was a smart thing for Pep to start him against Exeter City. Then he gets to build his confidence. And then he starts him properly based on how he performs in Exeter, how he performed against Exeter City. Then in the league he can start. So I think, and look, Semenyo is a player who is very high on confidence, even at Bournemouth. You can actually tell from the way he speaks, the way he carries himself about, and that's one thing I like about him. You don't hear him involved in all sorts of bad headlines. He's always focused. And if you're a man and you have somebody on your right, you get your support system. As a footballer, it gets you focused on the pitch. That's what he's done. So I think, like I said, I think starting right against Exeter City would take him into greater heights, and then you perform. Yeah. That's
amazing. All right, let's come home to our continent.
Yeah.
Nigeria won. Why are you laughing?
Well, it's funny.
Because I know your stance on Nigeria.
Oh.
So they are facing Egypt.
They'll win the AFCON.
If they win,
they are tied with Ghana.
I'm not going on X for.
But so they are facing Egypt, right?
No, Morocco.
That's
the next,
a tough game.
Yeah.
That's the semi-finals.
Yeah, semi-finals. So what would mean for them is that they are facing a third North African country. You know, they face Tunisia, and then they beat Tunisia 3-2. They beat Algeria, and now they'll be facing the host nation. In fact, the win against Algeria yesterday meant that it was 5 consecutive wins at the AFCON.
Wow.
And it was their 16th AFCON semi-final appearance.
Wow.
And it was back-to-back semi-finals.
Wow.
Because the last time they were there under Jose Pescieri in the Portuguese, and they've done it again under Eric Shaw. Now, credit to Eric Shaw because I think he's seen the potential of this team. He's realized that this team is an attacking team. What Nigeria are doing at this AFCON with the number of goals they are scoring is the opposite of what they did at the last AFCON. the last AFCON under Jose Pesio, they were not scoring more goals. They were very compact, defensive, and that comes with the manager because he's a defensive-minded coach. He's a Portuguese. You get that from them a lot. But Eric Shell has realized that this team has got attacking players. And the Nigerians know. They know that they are not good defensively. Their defenders are average. I think we have a better defensive unit than them. But they have realized that in terms of the attacking talent they've got, I think they are one of the best in Africa. If you take they and Morocco, they have scored a lot of the goals at the AFCON. I think they are top in Morocco are second. And so they've been able to carry that strength through from the group stage to where they are now. Look at the goals they scored. They beat Tanzania 2-1. They beat Uganda 3-2. They beat Uganda 3-1. They beat Tunisia 3-2. They beat Mozambique 4-0. They've beaten Algeria 2-0. So it speaks about the quality. And that's the difference between Eric Shell's time at Mali and then Nigeria. Because at Mali, he didn't get that quality of players there. But at Nigeria, he's realized that, look, this team is very good. He actually had a few missteps in the World Cup qualifiers because I think he was still struggling to get to know this team. And he's corrected that. And it has peaked at the right time at the AFCON to get this team functioning. So I think that they'll win the AFCON. I think it would be, maybe we would see an all-West African final. And that's what I want to see. So maybe Nigeria, Senegal.
Senegal will beat Egypt?
Yeah, I think so. I don't want to see Egypt to win the AFCON for the 8th time. That would be supremacy on the continent. I don't want to see
Senegal,
that.
Egypt.
But
Nigeria Senegal final will be solid.
It will be tough. Yeah, it will be tough.
Solid.
But I think Nigeria have what it takes to. You see, at the tournament, right? People talk about the fact that you don't need to play champagne football to win the tournament. But I think Nigeria are doing that.
They're playing champagne football.
Yeah, and they are scoring more goals. It will be difficult that you are defending and you are not scoring, and then you are relying on 1-0s. But if you score them one, they respond. Look at what Tunisia did to them. They took a 3-goal lead, and then Tunisia equalized. Uganda same. So they are scoring more goals. They are very, very in a good shape. I thought that the Osimhen, Ademola Lookman bickering on the pitch would have actually
derailed the team.
But
I
think
them on.
It has fooled them because if you look at Osimhen's Akko Adam's second goal, it was a pass from Osimhen. And it's a clear statement from the player because I said on Inside AFCON that it is one thing to say that, okay, we've solved the issue. And it is another thing to go on the pitch
and
show it that you've solved the issue. And I think with Osimhen, I would want to commend his mindset. He showed leadership on the pitch. If it was somebody who would have just gone for a strike, and as a striker, the first thing that comes into your mind is that you take the hit. But he decided to square the pass to Akko Adams, who himself has faced a lot of criticism from the Nigerians that he's not too good. And to round the goalkeeper in Lucas Zidane, that's Zidane's son, who's not conceded at the tournament, it speaks about the confidence Akko Adams has got at the tournament. So I think that, look, the Nigerians have picked, the team has picked at the right time. Take it or leave it. I think that they'll go to the final and win it.
They'll beat Morocco.
Yes.
That's a big call. To be fair,
we'll get into that conversation later, but I think they'll get to the final.
Iwobi's playing some fine football.
Yeah, he's not. I think a lot of people are not speaking about him a lot.
Yeah.
He's a player who
quietly, if you watch the Nigerian team, you can
he's
tell
doing
that.
a lot. He's doing the work. And he's a player who's going through, at a point, sometimes they are using him as a striker. The next minute he's a winger. The next minute he's an attacking. Now but Eric Shell has got that, has seen that he needs to play him in the middle of the park, and he's done that. So
it's a West Africa versus North Africa.
Yeah.
Semi-final.
Senegal will take on Egypt. Not too former. A current Liverpool player facing his ex-teammate in Sadio Mane, and that's what the graphics is there.
It's going to be a tough game.
That should be a good game. And for Egypt themselves, they've also picked at the right time at the tournament. They didn't start too well.
Okay.
Salah was not
fine
himself. I think the Liverpool episode got to him, but now he's been able to galvanize, and then he's contributing his quota to the Egyptian national team. I said that if Egypt will perform at this tournament, they are not supposed to rely on Salah a lot. Mamouche has to contribute. The other players have to contribute, and that's what they've done. So I think the four countries deserve to be where they are.
Let me put you on the spot and ask you a question in relation to something a Ghanaian sports journalist, you know him, tweeted about Michael Akomia.
Okay.
And he said that if Ghana had qualified for the AFCON, Coach Otoado would have been sacked before the World Cup.
Yeah.
Maybe I should take Eno's views first.
Gabby, please be.
No, you have.
I won't talk about Black Stars again missing out on the AFCON.
Oh my
Do you
goodness.
think Otoado would have been sacked before?
He would have been sacked.
I agree.
Because looking at the quality that we're
Good.
seeing at the AFCON.
I agree.
Gabby, you talk.
So I think Akim, I saw that tweet for him. I think in a way it's true. It's a blessing in disguise for him, for Otto, that he misses the AFCON and then he takes this team to the World Cup. Because if we were at the AFCON, based on what we did throughout the World Cup qualifiers, I mean, it's a tournament. It could go either ways. It could help us. It could do us a huge damage. And so, but if you look at the quality, look at Mozambique. When they got to the round of 16, it was an improvement on the 2023 AFCON when they kicked us out. If you look at Comoros, that first half display against Morocco, it showed that that's a country that is on a very good trajectory and that they are not going to be minnows forever. I don't think now we have minnows on the African continent.
Oh, please, they are there. You know.
Oh, they are there, but
I think this AFCON really, everybody saw their smoothness level.
But I think that it has gradually changed.
The quality has improved.
Yes, look at the coaches that are coming in. Comoros hired an expatriate. Mozambique have a coach that is also growing in that fold. So I think that maybe if they kick this out in the group stage or round of 16,
but if
I'm not
we
sure
all unanimously agree that Ghana would have been, Otaru have been sacked before the World Cup, why are we keeping him?
We're not ready for the
why
World
are we
Cup?
keeping him? And you know what hurts me about all of this?
Because he has skipped the AFCON, so he's taking us to the World Cup. And people say that he's responded after that shenanigans in the AFCON with qualifying us to the World Cup.
After, he should have gone the day Sudan beat us.
That was the day.
That was the day.
That was the day.
That was the day. I would say sack, but serious questions should have been asked about his, his suitability for the role. And my point is that if you can't beat Sudan. Is it England? Let's be serious.
Who's our first?
Panama. In Canada. Then we come back to
Charlie,
the USA.
Edzing, because Ojo and Chelsea.
Akafante.
Otaro nkutin na ebetumi amama Akafante. Na Jamazia oye. Jamazia oye.
The GFA say that he needed help. That's why the technical team was revamped.
See,
and then even when he needed help, the people they brought to come and help him, question marks are around them.
Gabby, do you know what hurts me?
Let's talk about the Black Stars again.
Gabby, do you know what hurts me?
No.
Look at the quality of talent we have. On his day, Thomas Partey is the best midfielder on the continent.
And
Mohamed Kudus, Antoine Semenyo, Nuama, even Kamaldeen.
You see, the thing about footballers, I know the time is up. The thing about footballers is that, they talk a lot. Semenyo is now going to work with Pep. Kudus is working with Thomas Frank. They are working with top-level managers at their clubs. Now they come to the Black Stars, and then they have to deal with Otuado. And then they are looking at him. He's saying certain things that I won't say that. Like when they go to Pep, Pep is saying, you just imagine Pep dishing out tactical instructions to you. And this is not to undermine Otto. I don't know what he says to the players.
I don't know Otto. I give him
look
credit.
At what he's
Otto hasn't worked
pitch.
at the highest level. But if you have to take instructions from Pep, and you have to kind of take from John Pencil.
So the players, they talk a lot. They talk amongst themselves. Like they talk.
See, no offense to Otto. He's a decent man. He's a fine gentleman. I have so much respect for his career. I think he's, he's done quite well for himself, playing and not going to coaching. But the truth is that, Charlie, levels day. Oh,
we wish ourselves luck.
Levels don't change.
Bye, guys.